Hello, everybody. Welcome to 1111 Butterfly Effect. Thank you all for joining my Divine Spirit, the Oracles, and I here at the table. Right now, I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about this great earth to air shift that's taking place. Yes, this great, grand earth to air shift in energy and frequency vibration, ushering in this wonderful age of Aquarius. Yes, that's what the message is, and that's what we're going to talk about right here. And also, we're going to share with you our two latest automatic drawings. Kind of brings this whole little package together in a little story exactly about this very topic of the great shift from earth to air. And my phone is like confirming that. Yes. Um, definitely, definitely something's been going on, and it's been apparent to you, certainly is apparent to me, that I'm feeling this shift in consciousness on a collective level and on an individual level. For those of us following a divine path, traveling down our yellow brick road, navigating a twin flame journey. That's what this is all about. Uh, that's what this message right here is going to be about for you. So I hope you stay tuned because after that, there will be a message that was going to go along with this current shift in energy that's taking place, and that us divine souls are feeling it. And I want to share what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing out there uh, that people are experiencing, and talk about what divine is expressing is happening here on a like I said, a collective level and on an individual level. And it's to usher in. We are the ushers, those of us listening here. We are the ushers that are going to be helping humanity and this planet usher in this change, this great shift, this age of Aquarius. Okay? And, if I'm, on the right track, which divine is pointing the way here. This is divine at work. And I follow the well lit path. I'm, my yellow brick road, right? And lately, the Ascension Symptoms, that are going along with this great shift that pretty much came to a crescendo ahead, and boom, it just was launched forward December 21st, 2020, during the winter equinox, and this grand conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. I think that's what it was, right? And that like pushed things forward. That catapulted it and all of us into this shift of energy, this shift in consciousness, and dependent on where we are on our journey is, how this shift is affecting us, depending on where we are in our transformation and our healing, is how we are going to be responding to this great shift. How we're going to navigate our path to get to our, abundance, our, as the leaders and the teachers and the ushers, so that we can have all that we need to move forward in mission, in our life purpose, to help, help ourselves, help our loved ones, help humanity. That's where it begins. It begins with ourselves. and then it expands outward. Our self, our family, our friends, our community, our city, our state, our country, our nation, a continent, our world, right? Our universe, right? It expands out. So, lately I've just, my worst ascension symptom these days is my stomach. And, it's a tough one because between ascension symptoms and my divine partner possible symptoms, right? And then menopause. Okay, throw menopause into the bunch. Boy, oh boy, I'm just having a ball, right? Okay. So my discernment is working overtime, really, to figure out what is what, what's up, what's down, what's side left, what's right. Okay? And being, in a tight connection with divine, and being grounded and balanced as much as you can, and doing your work and doing your healing and following your divine path, staying on path, trying not to get distracted, that is all going to help get us through this shift process until we can, move forward into more of our life purpose journey. So let me share with you these latest two drawings. Okay, now if you remember, it all began with this, first automatic drawing with the transformation of, the butterfly growing and spiritually and personally transforming, going through their purification. This was a very broad view of this great earth to air shift. So Spirit said, zoom in, take a closer look. So then we really take a good look of what Spirit and what is happening, how Spirit wants to express what's happening to us is this great earth to air shift. We divine souls that are following a divine path, we're letting go of our earthly attachments and, climbing our ascension, our steps of our ascension, right? And going into our hermit stage and, doing more personal and spiritual growing, and then more transformation and heading towards, our life purpose, heading towards our divine path, heading towards our abundance. So moving forward, zeroing in on specifics of what transformation is. If you didn't get a chance to look at any of the divine automatic drawing posts from Divine, I invite you to take a look at the others and then watch these and piece it all together and see how it does unfold. Moving forward, we went from these earth to air transformation, and they kind of go from one to the other. These are flowing into each other. Here we have the purification and initiation, which is right here on this drawing. And this drawing was talking about, the great awakening. Many divine souls are experiencing a great awakening in unison with the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. So now here we are today, we're into 2021, and we're into, towards the latter portion of January 2021. And the symptoms to me seem to be becoming more frequent, closer together. Headaches, stomach aches, nausea, feeling like I've, have car sickness, kind of in a way. It's like I've been driving on a mountain and then I'm feeling like I've been driving and have that motion sickness, Body aches. I've been getting mouth aches, pains in my jaw, pains in my hips and my legs, and so on. And, some of these are ascension symptoms. Some of these might be my divine partner having anxiety. Yeah, that's another thing. Anxiety is rising. And I'm not a big, I don't have anxiety normally. I'm pretty, calm, cool, and collected. I get upset at bad drivers, but, I don't really suffer from anxiety. And I've been having a lot of anxiety lately. You know, my heart races, feeling like just need to get somewhere or do something, right? All these symptoms. So moving forward from this point, on our journey, and those of us going through our transformation, our purification and such, traveling down our divine path, trying to get to, our next level of this journey, heading towards our abundance and, our divine partner, sacred union, etc., right? The where you really kick into gear and mission and life purpose, and spiritually and personally you've grown, and your connection with divine is super heightened at this point. Here on down the path, you're still growing. Even at the point of purification, we still have some learning and spiritual and personal growth to do to get to this point here, to where our transformation has taken place. Our awakening and transformation is way over here. Here's our awakening when we come out of our hole, when we leave our comfort zone. That's our awakening. Then we go into this hermit stage and we think about it all, and we look into ourselves and connect with divine, and accept and allow and embrace and surrender to the plan, and we transform and we move forward, heading towards this wonderful, well-lit divine path, right? So here we are. Where is that one? Past the point of purification, gone through our awakening. We awaken for the rest of our lives, really, but the first portion of our awakening, the first awakening, the first time we awaken and we realize and we move forward and we do all that, and we get to our purification stage, and then we continue down our path and stay on path. Pray we don't get distracted or knocked off the boat. Reach our abundance, right? Well, what is that? That's what these last two drawings are about. And it kind of ties it all together about what's really happening to us right now with this, via this great shift, this great earth to air shift that includes this ascension that's happening, this change in consciousness, this lift, this leveling up on a collective level, and then on an individual level, this to usher in this age of Aquarius and to help and lead others as we continue down our path, and we join the love train, and we let people know, what this is all about, what's really important, that love is really important. Not, how much money you got in your bank. Love is important. Not, I got a CEO job or 10 master's degrees. Right? Because without love, none of that matters. None of that, I think, is possible. So the message is. Because if you just live in fear and hate, boy, that's all you're going to manifest. Right? So, what is it when we get here? When we reach our abundance, when we reach our leveling up stage, when we've reached that enlightened light being starseed stage, ready to move forward in mission, what is this right here? And that's this. And here is that little cauldron of little, what it looks like to be pentacles or gold coins. No, that's us. Okay, that's all of us who made it here. That's what this is. Those of us who have done the work, done the healing, stuck to our divine plan and path, moving forward, going through the purification and the initiation stage, continuing down our divine path, and continuing our healing and doing the work to move forward towards our abundance. And that includes, for many of us, our divine partner, sacred union. So at this point in time, this is where many of us meet our twins. When we get to this stage, we both are aligned. We are aligned at that point in time, and that's usually when twins have reunion, reconciliation, or union, sacred union, okay? Depending on where you are on your journey, if you still have more healing to do or whatever. If your twin didn't make it here, right? Your twin is maybe still over here somewhere, okay? Twin is not there yet, right? So these aren't pentacles. These are us. These are the ones that have reached this point in the journey where you have fully awakened of your divine path. You know, you don't know exactly where you're going, but you're fully awakened to your divine connection, your divine gifts, your divine path. You've gone through this early stages of awakening. You've gone through your transformation, your hermit stage, your chrysalis stage, your transformation into the beautiful light being butterfly. You've gone through all that, the purification. You've reached this portion of the journey, and I believe many of us, this is where we're at here, or we're close to it, right? Very close to it, okay? And our twins are close to it, one or the other. And at this point, this is when the ascension happens, okay? This is when we start feeling really a lot. Like I said, it's not just random or intermittent. It's a lot now, these ascension symptoms. It's not just my menopause, really. And this is where we, ascend, level up, move forward towards our life purpose, and ascend further towards our enlightenment as a light being or star seed. Heading towards turning into what? Total love and light. Okay? I hope you're following me. That these are people who have made it past the point of purification, transformation, and all that, and have made it here to the level of their abundance, their life purpose, their sacred union, possibly some of us. And here, today, current times, ascension is taking place with this great shift, this great earth to air shift, turning us, transforming us more into our enlightened soul being, more into our starseed, authentic self that we are meant to be, that we agreed to be before we came to planet. We agreed to go through all of this. Some of us, because of our will and choice here on planet, don't get to this point, or they're struggling to get to this point. But to those of us that are at this point and going through this current ascension, we are the ushers. You know, you out there going through this stage right here and now, if you don't change your mind and get out and go backwards toward this water, because that's what's happening. If you jump out right here, you go back in the water. You go back into your emotions and fears and doubts, right? Those of us, that think that we can't do it, it's too scary, we jump out, right? And then we got to find the courage again and begin again, right? Because usually once you pass the point of purification, it's too hard to go back to your old 3D self. It really is. And we'll talk about that when we talk about the symptoms of ascension and this grand shift that's taking place that we're involved in. We are here on this planet at a special time during civilization. We're going to go down in the history books, okay? Right? No need to worry about fame and fortune, okay? Because here it is. Here's your fortune. There's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And guess what that leads to? That leads to the ultimate abundance. Love, love, love. Right? When we go through this ascension, this leveling up here, and resulting in a higher level being, light being, starseed, there is no turning back. Really? Who would want to go back? No way. Right? Who would want to go backwards? There's a whole thing I just posted. I'm going to be posting it soon on the channel about life is a walking. You can either walk forward or you can walk backwards. Right? Yeah. So, those of us that have gone through all this transformation and purification and traveling through our emotions and healing our childhood wounds, etc., and here we are. We've made it to this point. Some of us are meeting her up with our divine partners at this point. We're in alignment with each other at this point. Okay? And if not, those many are not far behind. You know where you and your divine partner are on your journey. Those of us, you out there who are here and feeling these ascension symptoms, boy, it is frustrating and scary, and you wonder what the heck is going on. Well, this is what's going on. You're ascending. You're leveling up in your consciousness, and your being you're changing. I mean, I'm sure your DNA might be changing even. Okay? Might have to end here, to get here. A lot has to change to get here. You got to give up that old, 3D life, earthbound life, to go through this transformation and level up in personal and spiritual growth and purification, to continue down your divine path to reach your abundance and your divine partner. Some of us go through sacred union, and then here we are, the ushers. Those of us that have made it to this point are the ushers that are going to usher in this age of Aquarius and lead humanity into this new age. A new age of unconditional love and unity, not separation, not division. Let me just read this. The Great Shift. The ushers of the age of Aquarius. Okay? Leveling up. Once we reach union with self and or with divine partner, we ascend more. We strive to become love as we walk in mission towards our life purpose in high frequency together. Some may not get to their abundance, divine gifts, and not be able to stay in that frequency or maintain it, and will choose to jump off the train and leave their divine path. Others will make it to the next level of higher consciousness and shower the world with unconditional love and teach others to help raise their vibration of humanity as a whole and Mother Earth. So, again, those of us that have made it to this point, that have, or are heading to this point right now, those of us may still be here on our divine journey, past the point of purification, but still traveling our yellow brick road towards our abundance, right? Some of us may be still in the chrysalis, still transforming. Okay, your divine partner may still be at this stage, transforming and going through their personal and spiritual growth, their awakening, heading towards their life purpose and divine path, right? Hope you're following me here. So, those of us, as ushers that have made it to this point, and those of us on our way, right? On our way, you and your divine partner, you get here to this point and you go through your ascension and transform into your authentic, divine, higher self, light being, light worker, star seed person, right? You get to get on the love train. The love train starts coming around for you, and you can get on board that love train and spread that message around the world. And that's really full circle what seems to be taking place for us leaders, teachers, and ushers that are going to be ushering in and helping humanity transform into the age, this new age of Aquarius. This is what we're talking about. I hope this message is coming through for some of you. My goodness, I sure hope so. Because once we get to this point, those of us on this divine path, as the ushers and the teachers, the leaders leading the leaders, okay? We get that opportunity to continue our life path, our life purpose here. Those of us on a twin flame path, on a divine path, it's pretty much the same thing. We're here to help humanity, and that's getting on the love train and spreading the message around the world. Wherever you're from, there's no place that's not going to be untouched by us, divine souls. We are everywhere around the world. Okay? So those of us who get to this point of transformation and awakening and purification, and we go through our ascending, leveling up to get to this point, to teach, spread the message of unconditional love and unity, and get on board that love train and take that message to our communities, our homes, our families, our loved ones, whoever is going to receive the message, and get on board the love train with us and change the vibration, raise the vibration of humanity by doing that, and change and raise the vibration of Mother Earth, because it's going to be full of love, surrounded by love, and that is what's going to raise the vibration of humanity, Mother Earth, of us all, around the world and beyond, into the universe. It's going to expand into the universe. Okay? And that's where we're heading. We just, formed that space. We have the International Space Station already, and we just formed a new space program, right? So this is what's taking place. This great earth-to-air shift and our ascension that's taking place as a collective, as you know, individuals and as a collective. It is for this purpose. We are, you know, it's part of our mission. It's part of our life purpose here. Those of us on this divine path. Those of you following a yellow brick road, a divine path, a twin flame journey. This is what's happening. This is the message that's coming through to divine, that to have, you know, have faith in the plan, have courage and be brave and get through your ascension and get through your transformation so that you can fulfill your agreement. So you can be a part of this great shift that will go down in the history books. Definitely. Mark these words of a divine, straight from divine spirit. So get on board that love train. Wherever you are in your journey, okay? Wherever you are in your journey, whether you're still transforming, going through your purification, okay? Whether you are letting go of your earthly influences and still going through your cocoon chrysalis stage, no matter where you are on the journey, if you continue forward and you get to this point and your ascension symptoms start to change, you're definitely on path, moving forward towards the love train, waiting for you to get on board, circling the planet all the time, right? This is figuratively speaking, people, right? Not literally. This is an analogy of how we are going to spread this good news, if you want to call it, this message of love and unconditional love and unity to help raise the vibration. This is how it's going to take place. It's going to take place because we, divine souls on our divine path, are going to be all over the planet. We're not going to just be in one spot. And when we join together and not compete against each other, just think of what can take place. If you want to see poverty and pain and hunger and war end, this is where that will begin. Right here. Right now. Today. So, if you're feeling, ascension symptoms right now, and it's not menopause, and it's not your divine partner having a hangover or having anxiety about talking to you, it's ascension symptoms, okay? And you can go online and Google ascension symptoms, spiritual ascension symptoms, okay? Make sure you say that. The first several pop-ups, first several hits are great articles that talk about ascension symptoms, spiritual ascension symptoms. And they're real. I mean, this is a real thing, people, okay? And you can do something about it to help yourself. It all comes down to even the food you eat. And, the sleep you're getting, right? So Google spiritual ascension symptoms and see if any of those things are happening to you, to help you understand a little bit more about what might be happening on your journey, to you on your journey, to the collective on this journey. And know that it all leads to a destination. Okay? And it all leads to love. Okay? Love. Love grows here. It all leads to love. Love is the frequency that's going to save us. Right? So check that out. I hope you got something out of this automatic drawing sequence and the discussion about the great earth to air shift that's taking place and bringing forward this ascension on an individual level and on a collective level, so that we leaders of the leaders, teachers, and the ushers are, going through our great awakening, our great shift in consciousness to get ready for this next level, right? Depending on where you are on the journey, this is the next level. Getting on board the love train. So on that note, I'm going to end this little portion of the video and stop it, and then I'm going to set up for the reading, and we'll see you back here shortly. So again, if you like what you see in here, please hit that like button. If you have any comments or want to share anything about your ascension, please leave me a comment. I would love to have a conversation with you, talk about what's going on, and share my journey with you all as well. If you like what you see in here, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does help this channel grow and help spread the message around the world. And that's what we're here to do. And move forward. Let's just say that, right? Move forward in this great earth to air shift that's taking place, right? So until next time, people, let's get this message going. Thank you again for joining me here. Stay tuned, stay safe out there, and stay aware. Bye-bye.